figure out this whole, we got new chairs and a new table. Chairs sit back a lot further. All right, hello, and welcome back to Our Little Path. My name is Amanda. If you are new here, we talk all things motherhood, homeschooling, and faith journey. Today, I am coming at you with I'm gonna call it a little self-made mini study. We are working on some emotional capabilities with the kids right now, and that being anger. So I have ordered a few books from Amazon, and the kids and I are doing a little self-reflection and work through on some anger management skills. If that sounds like something you're interested to utilize with your kids, stick around. I'll let you know how we are going about it. Jump into talking a little bit about the anger management books and what we are doing for our mini study. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button below. Also, if you hit that bell notification, you'll be notified every time I release a new video, which is oftentimes twice a week. So I would love for you to join me. And also, what are some emotional skills you might be working on with your kids right now? Are they something that you personally also struggle with? So you can see that reflected in your kids, or is it something else? If you hear some background music, AKA my 2-year-old, we are still battling terrible nap times. He needs a nap time, definitely still needs a nap time, but he won't take a nap for me. Took a nap for grandma when she watched him last week, takes a nap for dad when he's home on the weekends, and dad can sit in his room with him while he falls asleep, but if I sit in there or if I just leave him in there, either way, it doesn't happen. So about 25 minutes into nap time, here he is.
Hi.
Yeah, you playing with your Play-Doh. So that's who's hanging out with me right now, and my background noise. We made homemade Play-Doh today. Lewis asked for that, so we whipped that up quick this morning while we were before we started school. So he's been playing with it all day. Anyways, so back to the topic of the video. We are doing a little mini study, unit study, whatever you want to call it, on anger management skills. It has been a fairly large issue with our 2 older kids right now, mostly our oldest, but both of them have been struggling with just yelling, screaming, fighting, bickering, tattling, so much anger, so much frustration, so much annoyance. And after like a month of it getting really bad, I just am done. I'm over it. I can't do it anymore. You can only send your kids to their room so many times. And I don't subscribe to any parenting style, really. So don't come at me if you're a gentle parent or if whatever. I try to take a little bit from each and do what works best for our family. And obviously I'm utilizing things that can help me figure that out. So that's my little disclaimer on parenting styles. I don't subscribe to one, so don't critique me towards one. Thanks. But anyways, so I went online to, where else, Amazon, and just trying to research just like some books that maybe can help the kids with some anger management style. I ended up ordering 3 just so I could like look through them all, because you never know what you're gonna get on the books on Amazon, and like it's so hard to like get a preview for them. So with free returns, why not order a few more than you need and then just return whatever you think is not going to fit your family. So that's what I did. And we stuck with these 2. So we have Anger Management Skills Workbook for Kids, and this is by Amanda Robinson. And then this is What to Do When Your Temper Flares. And this is kind of like the bulk of the teaching that we're using. And this is a kid's guide to overcoming problems with anger. So what I was looking for is something that could really like help me explain it to the kids about their anger, to help them kind of like acknowledge it, represent it, and then how we can work through it to better handle their emotions, and they can better be in charge of their bodies and their emotions. And this one so far is fitting the bill perfectly. It's really, really good. I like it a lot. It's almost like a story written like. So it has chapters. And so like the first chapter, I can do a look through. Maybe that's what I'll do with these at the very end. But it goes through like the chapters. So the chapters are probably like 4 or 5 pages. Obviously it's like pretty big writing. And we are reading it together. And it gives you like some scenarios to think about for them to kind of like start getting acquainted with, you know, how and why they're feeling like this. And then it'll go through like different ways to mitigate their anger and how to handle it. We are only on chapter 2 so far, but so far it's going really well. When I said we were going to start reading these, I got anger back from the kids. They were like, we don't want to read that. It sounds awful, blah, 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 blah. And like the first chapter we read, they were kind of like hesitant to. You may hear my Instapot running because I'm cooking dinner right now and it's starting to steam right before it seals. But anyways, so, but we read the second chapter last night and the kids were like so much more engaged. And you could kind of see them like working through it in their brain and like, oh yeah, that does happen to me. Oh yeah. So it was really cool. And I really like that it has kind of like a story behind it. To kind of explain how they're feeling. And then this one is like, I would say more so like a workbook. Like if you just needed something to like do kind of like workbook sheets, this would be a good option for you because it does explain some of the stuff similar to like what's in here, just a lot more concise. So what I've been doing is like here is an anger volcano. So these are all feelings that they may be like invisible thoughts and how their anger builds, and then they could color the volcano. So then like the kids, I've been making copies for the kids. So they colored the volcano and then they each kind of described to me how they colored it and like what the coloring meant, which I didn't like. All I said was, here's volcano for you to color about your anger. And you know, here I read these to Lewis and Bella could read through them too. And so yeah, that's what I did. And it was really cool because they each described to me like, you know, how their anger is not so bad up here, but up here they're exploding, and how they colored it. So I really like that. This has the different kind of games, coloring. There's not a lot of like, write this out. It's more like color, tell me how you're feeling. There's like some crossword puzzles and things like that in there. So I'll do a look through with both of these. But I like definitely think if you're struggling with something, to kind of make it as like a fun thing for you guys to do as a family. So for us, we've been struggling with anger management skills. And I even told them like, I know mom gets angry a lot, probably yells too much. So this will be good because all of us can work on it and all of us can, you know, really try to strive to do better. And so that's kind of the way that I've been pitching it. And so far it's been going really well. So I wish I could like say I'm super cool and did a bunch of other stuff for like a unit study, but just using the resources I found on Amazon, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So far, we're only 2 days into it, almost 3, and it's going well. The kids are seeming to be a little bit more engaged after the first day of introducing it, and I'm liking the workbook and the book as well. So again, they weren't something that went together or something that I put together. If you are struggling with things like that, I think sometimes we can get caught up with this like, oh, it has to be perfect, it has to be some kind of you know, study I find online, or it's got all this extra stuff printed out with it. And like sometimes simplicity is totally fine and works great. If we get through the end of this and I find we still need more stuff, then I may, you know, start looking for other things that maybe other people have worked through and made up online. But I think that this will be a good start for us. So I want to encourage you, if you feel like you need certain areas worked on with your kids, even if it's just something in one of their subjects, try and find something short and simple, and you can kind of supplement it as a small unit study. So I'll do a little look through before I close out, but thanks for tuning in. I hope that you guys have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions below. All right, have a great day. Bye. All right, so here is a quick look through on what to do when your temper flares. So at the beginning here has your contents and it talks about all the different chapters. And then here has a good introduction for parents and caregivers. And then it starts into the chapters. So during the chapters, you could definitely have your kids write in this book. So they have draw or write about some of the different examples that they're talking about. And then let's see a different chapter. So here, chapter 3, they have some yes/no questions. So like with the kids, I'll just read it and they'll answer yes or no to the questions. And then back here, they have some more. Ways on like how to release your anger safely, different things like that. So like I said, this is mostly like in a story format with some little activities along the way. I highly recommend this. They also have on the back here, they talked about what to do when you worry too much. Oh, I can't quite get it in my frame. What to do when you grumble too much, when your brain gets stuck, when your temper flares, when you dread your bed, or when bad habits take hold, like overcoming nail biting and more. So these are good. So I would definitely recommend, if they're all in this format, I would recommend any of those books if you are struggling or your child is struggling with one of those issues as well. So that is what to do when your temper flares. And then here is the anger management skills workbook. And this, as well as the other book, has a content section, and then it says an introduction for parents. And then it has an introduction for the kids as well. I like this here, that's not intended to replace therapy. If they meet any of these criteria, you need to seek professional support. And then here it has an introduction for the kids as well. And then, so some of it has like little sections where it talks about stuff. And then it just goes through and has different activities. And then here, chapter 2, how to be calm or create calm. Different breathing exercises, different activities. So, definitely recommend this one if your kid likes to do stuff more than just writing simple sentences. And then look at the back. It has something else I can't remember. Oh, it has like a keep going, so then different things that you can continue practicing what you learned in each chapter. So that is a quick look for the anger management skills workbook as well.